Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, and this particular one is on the north spawn of mines. And if we look around, we can see that it says Devastator on the side and it has a stars and stripes. That's because the commander of this vehicle is Ram Tough. Yep, he's now a streamer and he's broadcasting on Twitch, so if you want to watch his Arty play, you can watch it there. This is one of the replays that's been sent in to us, and he's going up onto the rise, being joined by a Jagdpanther, or Jagdpanther 4 I should say, not a Jagdpanther. Okay, now the enemy's been spotted, he's found his position and he's looking for targets. Okay, he's got some in the centre. This is a tier 7 game, so he is actually not bottom tier as such. Well, he is bottom tier actually. Yes, sorry, beg your pardon. Okay. His first round went into the rock there, so we're in the centre rock. But his next target is about to receive a shell. Oh! Overshot! I think the target actually pulled away. I'm not sure if it was the 3601 or the T29 he was aiming for at that time. But it's very difficult firing at these tanks when you're actually firing behind, from behind the rock, because the rock does act as effective protection. He got a good shot into the T29 there. It actually tracked him. I think most of the shell actually hit the tracks. 146 hit points though, not bad. It's difficult to hit the enemy though when they're putting close to the rock for protection. And that one again hits the rock face. This is the value of actually going to Nigel's spot, because you can hit behind the rock. You're actually firing from the side, not from in front. Going up onto the plateau not only makes you fairly obvious, but it also makes it difficult to hit some of the targets at the centre rock. Okay, you see the rock face is effectively protecting them. He probably hit that MT25 off to the left, but he's going for the Comet. Rounds out, and he does do a splash hit right in front of him. 191 hit points. The Tiger P and the heavy tank number 6 are spotting for him. It looks like he's now going to try and go for this IS. It's going to be difficult because he's going to have to thread the shell between that gap, and that's very, very difficult indeed. You can see the marks on the rock. Okay, there's a Challenger there. He can hit that. Dialing in the aim. Almost there, almost ready. Rounds out. I think it's going to go over. Yes, it went over the top and landed behind him. Okay, no, he got no shots on some of them. You can see all the red lines he's got there. A lot of those tanks are in cover. Now, he knows there's a tank there in that particular corner, but he can't see it. He's firing around in anyway just to see if he can get some splash damage. Okay, that IS is poking now, but he's actually been spotted. He's been spotted by the T150, which is nearby. So he's pulled into the rock to avoid being hit by enemy Arty. There is one enemy Arty. And as far as I can tell, I think it's a Crusader SP. We'll just do a quick check on that. Yes, it is. Okay, there's the T150. Now, I think he damaged that T150 earlier in the game. He's now gone unsighted again. I think that rock is helping him a little, the one to his left. But he's been spotted again! So he needs to move, otherwise he will receive a shell from the enemy Arty. He fires that round at the Challenger, and then he motors. And that round came in from one of the enemy tanks, hit the rock behind him. So he is in sight, and I think this is another explanation as to why it's dangerous to go up onto this plateau area, because you can get sighted by the enemy, even more so than Nigel's spot, because on Nigel's spot you can't guarantee that they will capture the island, but if they do capture the island, you're reasonably safe. Oh, that one lands in front of the OI. It wasn't fully dialed in, but the OI's gone down. Okay, so I think he is now reasonably safe for a little while from that, except of course the T150, which is still there, but I think he's in cover. Round out on T29, direct hit, went right into the side. 146 hit points. I think the shell was eaten by the tracks, which is why it damaged the tracks and didn't damage the tank that heavily. Okay, the T-29's turning, and another shot right into the side of the tracks. Right, it's a KV-2 nearby. Very close, way too close actually. He's almost loaded, but he's not going to be loaded before... Oh, he doesn't need to bother now because it's been killed. It was taken out by the GW Panther, who's actually over in the corner in grid square A2. Okay, there's a T-29 near the centre. And that's a hit. I think that went right onto the roof of the T-29. See a yellow mark there? That's probably where the shell landed. You can see that Challenger's got a big yellow mark on his front as well. That might not be from one of Ram Tuff's shells, but certainly is shows that somebody was hitting him. Right, WZ131GFT, right at the other end of the map, rounds out, right into his side. Oh no, it went over the top. That's RNG for you again. That T-29 is headed back. You can see the yellow stain where Ram Tuff's shell hit the top of the turret. Okay, now we're supposing that that WZ is still there. Dialing in on it. And rounds out. Nope, he's not there. If he is there, he would only have been splashed. Now we can see that Ram Tuff's got a 17.2 second reload on this particular Arty, and at this particular aim point he's got 2.6 seconds between firing and hitting the enemy. Now we're looking for counter battery right now. We're looking for the tracer from the enemy Arty, but we couldn't see it. Now he's decided instead to go for this 131, which was the one he fired at earlier, but it overshot. But it's now stationary to shoot. Rounds out, and that's a splash in front of him. 204. That's quite a decent splash, but the 131 actually has got fairly light armour. Even though it's sloped armour, it doesn't prevent it from being damaged by HE. Of course, that sloped armour is really to protect it from AP. Rounds out, and that's a kill shot. 15 hit points, that's all he needed. Just enough to wipe him out. Now it's 2 on 2 now. 2 tanks versus 2, that's what they're down to. T-29 is side on. Ram Tuff should be able to put a round into him. Rounds out. Oh, it hit the rock face. That's so annoying. You can see the black mark left on the rock. That is so annoying. That's unlucky, that. Okay, he's going to have to relocate now. The enemy will pretty much know where he is, or should know where he is. But he needs to get a better angle so he can shoot at that T-29. There's the Crusader SP. He's been spotted. Oh, he's been hit. And now, Ram Tuff fires a clutch, and he gets a good kill there. Splash kill on the Crusader SP, so he's taken out his opposite number. He's also got a KV-2 for his teammate, and that means, and with virtually full health KV-2. So he should be able to dirt that T-29, except the T-29 just managed to get a good shot into the KV-2. But that was reciprocated. The KV-2 put a big chunk into that T-29, and... oh, he's taken another hit now. He should be just about reloaded. No, he's got a red line there. He needs to get a little further over to the west in order to get a good angle on that T-29. If he goes over to the island, should be able to do that. The KV-2 stays where he is, in contact with the T-29. If he just waits for Ram Tuff to get over, he can get the angle, and then he can lay a shell in that will splash that T-29 to death. Okay, has he got the angle now? No, I don't think he has. No, he's still got a red line. No, and I think that's because of the mountains in between. I'm pretty sure that's on the mountains in between. It's showing you how far round he can get, but he needs to get further south. He needs to get further south in order to ensure that he can hit the T-29 accurately. And also, just in case the enemy was to double back and go to around the donut, around the hill, and come to the cap, then being on the south of the island would actually allow him to fire onto the T-29 without actually being spotted. Okay, now he should be able to hit him now. He's at the right angle, at the right range. He just needs to see the target. And will the KV-2 find the target? Now, has that T29 disappeared to try and get away from the KV2? Yeah, he has. It means I think he's gone around the rock. I think he's gone around the hill. If he is around the hill, then it looks to me like Ramtoff is going to have to move even further south, possibly east this time. Okay, he's going to take the direct route right over the cliff. No, he's going to go round rather than risk damaging his tracks or anything like that. Yep, he's going to go straight across the water, head southeast as quickly as he can. I think the T29 may be on the opposite side of the hill, awaiting the KV2 to go onto the hill or around the hill so he can snipe at him from a distance. Because after all, the T29 hasn't got much in the way of health left. Ramtoff's trying to get up onto this rise. If the KV2 does spot the T29, he could probably fire from where he is right now and be able to hit most of the targets, or most of the area that's on the east side of the hill. Oh, there he is! It's been spotted! Okay, extending aim. KV2's on top of the hill. No, 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 don't need to move any further. Don't let yourself be spotted by the T29. He has been spotted. But he managed to splash kill him in time. Oh my god, I'm saying, don't move forward. If you move forward, you'll be seen by the T29. He was seen. The T29 was reacting, but Ramtoff managed to get a clutch shot in quickly enough to do the job and finish off the T29 with splash. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for that one. This was a very close one. He's actually said a close one on mine. It was very close because I think Ramtoff was about to receive a shell from that T29. He only managed to get a second-class tanker, but that didn't matter because he won the battle. He also picked up a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12 in that one. And we can see the targets he managed to kill over here. It's a pity he wasn't able to platoon with somebody who had 3 kills, but the KV2 only had 2. And of course, because Ramtoff got the last kill, they both had 2 right up until that last kill. But that's sad that he wasn't able to get another medal on top. But when it came to damage, well, he was 4th on the table with damage, 1,349 hit points. KV2 did the most, but he does have a derp gun. When it came to kills, well, he was 2nd on the top of the table here. He managed to get 3 kills. So did the VK3001P, but it was the top dog was the GW Panther. He managed to get 4 kills before he was wiped out by the Crusader. At least I think it was the Crusader who got him. Ferdinand, let's have a look. Down the list, there he is. Oh, it was actually the WZ131 who got him. It was probably when he was shooting from the island when Ramtoff managed to take out the 131. But when it came to base XP, well, he was 3rd on the table with 822, beaten by the VK31OP and the KV2. So he fired 19 rounds, got 5 direct hits, 5 penetration, 9 splash, did damage of 1,349 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 6 of the enemy but killed 3 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 201 hit points from 11 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 19,819 credits, and there's a holiday ops bonus missing here, and after his ammunition resupply, he still had 17,359 credits. He received 822 base XP. There's a holiday ops bonus missing here as well, and he ended up with 1,118 experience points in total. So yeah, very, very close. And I think the thing that Ramtoff can take away from this is that when you do spot the enemy at that last moment, whatever you do, don't try and move forward and closer. Because once you've spotted him, you're an Arty. You can shoot from a distance. Shoot it from where you are. Don't try and move closer. Because if he had actually managed to get a round off, I think that probably would have ended Ramtoff's game with 1 shot. Much better to try and shoot from cover or if necessary, back away into cover so that the T-29 cannot return fire. The KV-2 was doing a really good job spotting that T-29 and up on top of the hill, and the T-29 wasn't going to be able to shoot at him because he didn't have the gun elevation, and so long as he was sitting right next door to the hill, he was a prime target for Ramtoff to take out. But he managed to do it with Splash anyway, right on the moment, right on clutch, and that shows that he does have the good skills necessary to handle his M44, and he did win the battle, so that's great news. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.